Someone said, Iruka is a single horny and lecherous wolf. Frequent nosebleed caused by Naruto's seduction techniques. Some people also say, Iruka is very generous. Let Naruto have ramen and noodles, eating popsicles, ate cake, and eating letter paper. And I think, Iruka is very ordinary. Very ordinary. But he used his simple hands, pull Naruto out of the darkness. In this issue, we will take a closer look at Iruka's life through a video. Iruka was born into an ordinary family. Both parents are ninjas. When he was a child, his life was simple and happy. But on a calm evening, Ninetales attacked Konoha. He's going to the shelter as a child, and his parents served as the vanguard team. They need to drive away the tailed beast. He is very worried. Mom and Dad touched his head and told him, we won't let Jan Iui enter the village for a single step. He heard that. Hell, Mom and Dad. Ninetales or something. Kill it. When Mom and Dad turned around and ran towards the battlefield, he cheered and encouraged his parents loudly. And that one goes. He learned about it at the shelter. The news that the advanced team has been completely annihilated. His sky collapsed. He doesn't want to believe it. I can't believe this fact. But this is reality. After losing my parents, his life has undergone earth-shattering changes. No one takes care of it. He felt it. The loneliness after my friends were taken back by their parents. I feel it. Loneliness and solitude as night falls. So deep down in his heart, longing to find a remedy. So he always does silly things to attract others' attention. He endured the pain and laughed in front of others, becoming the pistachio of the class. After laughter comes endless sadness. Whenever this happens, he would run to the memorial tablets of his parents and cry and confess. Until one time, Sandai found him crying in front of the memorial tablet. 3 generations saw through his inner weakness and distant strength. That kind gaze instantly made his emotions collapse. He tried to defend his inner defenses. He shouted loudly, I am not sad. Parents risked their lives to escape from the hands of the fox demon. The hero who guarded the village. I am the son of a hero. Even if you become a person, I won't be sad either. These are also tears of joy. Don't wait for him to finish speaking. He was held in the arms of 3 generations. The warm words immediately entered his ears. 3 generations understand his inner loneliness, and tell him, I am not alone. All the ninjas in Konoha possess the will to fire. As long as he possesses the will of fire, so the whole village is his family. At that moment he knew for himself, to gain the recognition of the villagers, you don't need to turn yourself into a laughing clown. Just need to have a strong will to protect Mume. After that day, he no longer goes out to laugh, but rather the will to possess fire. Passing on the will of fire as one's own goal. His life became fulfilling as a result. After graduating from ninja school, he did his best to complete every task. In the task, resulted in the failure of the companion's injury mission. He is very self-blaming. At the same time he is very familiar with his own personality. So he found 3 generations. Speak out your dream of becoming a teacher. At that time his gaze was firm. I have a strong feeling in my heart. A will to ignite fire. Passing on the movement to the ninja generation of ninjas. 3 generations witnessed his determination and will. Let him go to school as an auxiliary teacher first. Not long. He works hard through his efforts. Passed the teacher's exam. Truly becoming a teacher. He is also dedicated and responsible in his position as a teacher. Suddenly one day, 3 generations actually want to hand over Naruto to him. Let him be Naruto's homeroom teacher. He was very hesitant in his heart. Because he knows, Naruto is not only a 9-tailed demon fox that everyone avoids. And more importantly, my parents died under the claws of 9 tails. He really wants to evade. 3 generations, that both soft and hard are applied. No way out. He had no choice but to accept it. But he really doesn't know how to face Naruto. As soon as I saw Naruto, even in my dreams, there are 9 tails with bared teeth and dancing claws. At this point an older colleague suggested, just let him deal with it casually. He accepted the proposal, so facing Naruto's prank, he chose to turn a blind eye. Naruto's sleeping in class. Let it go unchecked. In short, I won't praise or scold. Just let it go. In the course of time, other classmates saw Naruto as a trouble. One night, he is strolling on the street. I saw several panicked children running past, and heard them say there was a fox ahead. He pulled out his misery and rushed over. I figure fell from a high place, and when the mask is lifted, it turns out to be Naruto inside. This reminded him of the night when Jiui attacked the village. Unconsciously, a look of hatred appeared in his eyes. Naruto loudly asked him, "Why is everyone giving me that strange look?" Even the homeroom teacher looked at me with that kind of gaze. His soul trembled first. It seems that I have realized my own problem. And Naruto expressed that, "I won't go to ninja school anymore." The second day, when he is in class, I really didn't see Naruto. After the next class, he wants to go find third generation to explain the situation, and relieve the third generation of his homeroom teacher duties. Because he doesn't think he's a qualified homeroom teacher. But the third generation did not see him. He sat dejectedly on the stone bench alone, and he sighed, eyed Kakashi from the tree and watched the intimate paradise. It's awful stout. Kakashi was very concerned about his sigh. He told Kakashi, "I don't know how to face Naruto's situation." He said he didn't deserve to be Naruto's teacher. Every time I see Naruto, he would think of the 9 tails inside Naruto's body, the enemy who killed his parents. Although he was well aware that Naruto himself had not done anything wrong. But I couldn't open my heart to Naruto, and for him like this. He also believes that Naruto will not open up to him. But Kakashi told him, "Can make Naruto open up his heart. Only you, this is your trial." Try to respond to the expectations of the third generation Hokage. Kakashi also proposed directly addressing the questions deep in his soul. That person full of dreams. He wants to pass on the will of fire to the new generation. Is he dead? That day, he pondered for a long time on the chair. On the way back, he saw it. A few friends playing with Naruto. They are being taken home one by their parents. In the end, only Naruto, who was eager to see his friends off, remained. That lonely undesolate figure reminded him of when he was a child. The same pain and loneliness connected him with Naruto. He tried to let go of his prejudices and hatred, tried to convey the will of fire to Naruto, trying to save the lonely Naruto, just like how 3 generations once saved him. Early the next morning, he rang the doorbell that rang. Koyero has already left the house. After returning to school, he didn't see Naruto either. After learning that Naruto had gone to the dangerous back mountain, he quickly rushed back to the mountain to search for Naruto. It's hard to find Naruto. Naruto said he was going to search for spoils of war. Go win the recognition of your playmates. And I want to get rid of the isolated situation by doing so. But as a teacher do not let your students get involved in danger, no matter what reasons or emotions Naruto has. And Naruto said very dejectedly, "No one will care." Then he used a seduction technique to knock him down, and once again embarked on the path of searching for spoils of war. He secretly reflected in his heart, "Yeah, that's right. Perhaps Naruto is right. I didn't even try to get to know Naruto first." He remembered his old self, always doing foolish things to attract others' attention. He suddenly realized, now Naruto is the same as he was back then. Not long, he heard Naruto shouting for help loudly. He followed the sound and found Naruto, who had fallen from a high place. I was thinking of taking Naruto back to school first, but they were stopped by 3-4 ninjas. He carried Naruto on his back, run away desperately, and the other party chased after him relentlessly. He kept throwing his sword at them. He reluctantly stepped back while blocking the 3 people behind. Surprisingly, he used multiple phantom-wielding swords. A large number of swords in his hands rushed towards him. He was scratched in multiple places. But I feel like I can't hold on anymore. Hakushi arrived. One move to block the opponent's escape with a mudflow wall. One move Leiche will take down all the opponents, he said to Kakashi. I finally understand what Kakashi said to him. Because I have never taken Naruto seriously, I just want to escape. But he thinks he can face Naruto well from now on. After returning, he went to look for the 3rd generation again. This time he thanked the 3rd generation for entrusting Naruto to him, because it reminded him of. Afterwards, he found Naruto. First, I gave Naruto a scolding, because Naruto almost lost his life. He also told Naruto, I will face him well in the future. I need to train him rigorously, and tell him the will of fire from 3 generations. I told Naruto, also tell Naruto, as long as there is the will to fire, you can become as powerful as Lord Naruto. Naruto asked in confusion, is Hokage really that strong? He said, not just powerful, still a leader revered by the entire village, especially the 4th generation Hokage. It was the hero who saved the village from the clutches of the demon fox. From that day on, Naruto has a dream, that is to become a more powerful Hokage than the 4th Hokage. He picked up the bitter nothingness. I carved a line on the tree. When you grow up to this height, maybe he could become a Hokage. Also from that day on, he devoted himself wholeheartedly to educating Naruto. Whenever Naruto misbehaves, he always imposes severe punishments on Naruto, and after the punishment, and invite Naruto to eat his favorite YILE lomi and noodles. Time flies by. In the blink of an eye, it's time for the graduation exam. Naruto uses all his skills. They only have one soft and prone clone. It's clearly unqualified. But teacher Mizuki suggested that Naruto pass the exam. This kind of thing, he could never have done it. At night, he was lying in bed sleeping. But my friend Mizuki urgently knocked on his door. Chuimu told him, Naruto stole the seal book. Soon he found Naruto behind a small wooden house. Naruto expresses himself. I have learned the first ninja technique on the scroll. Excitedly speaking, as long as you learn the ninjutsu on this scroll, you can definitely graduate right. And he learned that it was all told to Naruto by Mizuki. He was sweating profusely, his hair standing on end. Soon he realized that there was no pain flying behind him. He pushed Naruto away. So he understood Mizuki's conspiracy to win the scroll. Kill Naruto. He asked Naruto to protect the scroll. And at this moment, Mizuki told Naruto the truth. Naruto is the 9-tailed fox. And the 9-tailed fox is the real area that killed Iruka's parents. Naruto is in a state of collapse. Mizuki took the opportunity to throw a large handheld sword at Naruto. To protect Naruto, he used his body to shield Naruto from the sword held by the daimyo. When Naruto asked him why, he said, because we are the same. They are all orphans without parents. All for the sake of gaining attention. Always doing stupid things. This feeling, you must be very lonely, right? Sorry Naruto. But Mizuki said to Naruto, Iruka just wanted to use this to take away the scroll from him. Naruto quickly ran away with the scroll on his back. Seeing Mizuki transform into his own form, he chased after her. so he became like Naruto himself. When Mizuki approached, he punched 1,000 directly up. Shuimu is still confused. How did Naruto identify it? Iruka said, I am Iruka. Mizuki doesn't understand Iruka. Why do we have to fight to protect the folks that killed his parents? His words warmed Naruto's heart. He said, that guy is someone I approve of. Excellent students. He works very hard, very focused. Understand the pain within oneself. That guy is not some fox demon. This sentence angered Mizuki, and at the last moment, Naruto's flying knee suddenly stabbed out, and it has split into hundreds or even thousands of cones, successfully subdued Mizuki in the end. Seeing Naruto's explosive power, he has already begun to believe in his heart. This guy, maybe it will really be stronger than any Hokage. He removed his forehead protector. It's tied to Naruto's head. Congratulations to Naruto for graduating. Naruto was so excited that he pounced on him. Afterwards he took Naruto to have some fun and celebrate his relationship with Naruto. It didn't stop because Naruto graduated. He always silently cares about Naruto behind his back, caring about Naruto. When submitting candidates for the Zongren exam, he saw Kakashi report to Class 7. He is very anxious. He thinks Naruto is still too young. They should accumulate more combat experience. Let them take the exam again. Kakashi proposed. When I become an ninja myself, 6 years younger than Naruto now, he still pointed out. Naruto and Kakashi are different. He wants to protect Naruto as much as possible. To the end. Now Naruto and the others have become Kakashi's subordinates. Not my own students anymore. Under his repeated insistence. 3-generation decision. Prepare a special preparatory exam for newcomers to endure, and the examiners for Naruto's preparatory exam. It's him himself. He tested Naruto one by one. After learning about their growth, he was relieved to let them take the Zongren exam. Compared to Pusheng, he cares more about Naruto's safety. After Naruto and his team passed the written test, he specifically went to find the examiner from Death Forest Red Bean, request to be Naruto's messenger to guide them. Under his repeated insistence, Red Bean had no choice but to hand over Naruto's pad to him. He hid silently in the scroll, accompanying Naruto. They have completed the assessment of the Death Forest. When they reach the finish line, when opening the scroll, he is very happy for Naruto and the others. But he is still very worried about their upcoming matches, and instructed Naruto not to force himself. Naruto told him, after taking the forehead protector from his hand, self-packaging has become a solo ninja. Looking at Naruto's resolute gaze. Yeah, that's right, Naruto who has become an ninja. What is needed is not excessive care, but believe it. Now Kakashi is the one who knows them best. He chose to believe in Kakashi. Believe Naruto. Afterwards he became more focused on silently following Naruto from behind. Seeing Naruto at the NNAKI and in exam venue. Defeating opponents and defeating strong opponents time and time again. Seeing Naruto return triumphantly after completing missions time and time again. Seeing more and more people recognizing Naruto. He genuinely feels happy for Naruto. On Naruto's birthday, he always lifts the cake and says happy birthday. When Naruto encountered setbacks, he always invites Naruto to eat ramen and noodles to enlighten Naruto. After eating ramen and noodles, Naruto will once again be full of fighting spirit. And after the news of Jiraiya's death reached Konoha, he saw the depressed Naruto. He proposed to take Naruto to eat their favorite ramen and noodles. Naruto refused ramen and noodles. Knowing the disappointment of losing loved ones, he closely follows Naruto. After Naruto ran out at night to buy popsicles, he came to Naruto's side. Hurt, patiently listened to Naruto's sorrow, then carefully soothing Naruto's heart. Dora, I always praises you. Saying you is like saying your own grandson. I feel very proud every time I talk about it. He firmly believes that one day you will become a Hokage. And Jorah, I must have been watching you from somewhere, seeing you in such a depressed state. I definitely won't praise you. Gee up. You are one of the 3 ninjas Jorah Iya. Also recognized as an excellent disciple. As he spoke, he split Naruto's popsicle in half. Naruto's gaze changed. I took the popsicle. Later, Pain invaded Konoha. His job is still logistics work. Evacuate the masses and transport the wounded. Then he encountered the Heavenly Way Pain head-on. But he was not afraid. When the Heavenly Dao pressed Naruto's whereabouts, he spoke loudly. I don't have much to say. Without hesitation, Tone Dao just stabbed him with a stick. It was Kakashi who saved him. Later, the entire village was almost destroyed. Naruto returned and defeated Pain, saved Konoha. Then Naruto became the great hero of Konoha. Surrounded by the crowd, he stood aside, silently leaving moving tears for Naruto. Because he knows the hardships Naruto has faced along the way. Knowing how difficult Naruto's journey has been. Later, the Fourth World War broke out. 5-nation alliance reaches consensus on opinion. Fight to protect Naruto and Kurabai. Hidden Naruto and Kurabai to Turtle Island. To prevent Naruto from escaping from Turtle Island and heading to the battlefield. He received orders from Son A. Take every effort to stop Naruto. He also wants to protect Naruto well. But he also knew that once Naruto became aware of the war, I will definitely rush to the battlefield at all costs. He also knew he couldn't stop Naruto. So I prepared a letter for Naruto in advance. He must come back alive. He showed no negligence towards the task. He coaxed and deceived. I want to keep Naruto on Turtle Island. I noticed something was wrong, and rushed out of the waterfall. Knowing that Naruto used the Sage Mode to perceive the battlefield, he revealed the truth. This war is fought to prevent Ban from obtaining the 8 tails and 9 tails. Once the enemy obtains 8 tails and 9 tails, the world will face destruction. And in this situation, Naruto still wants to go to the battlefield. Because Naruto couldn't make his companions fight for him with bloodshed. And the turtle, which was at ease with itself, cowered on Turtle Island. At this moment he chose to trust Naruto. I handed it over to Naruto along with the letter I had prepared earlier. Watching Naruto's departing figure, my heart is filled with self-blame. He blames himself for his weakness, self-proclaimed as Naruto's older brother. But he always couldn't protect Naruto. Seeing Chilabi I come out, he bowed 90 degrees and requested Chilabi I help him protect Naruto. Chilabi I punched him. I readily agreed. Later, under the joint efforts of the Ninja Alliance, under the leadership of Naruto, the 4th Ninja War finally achieved victory. Naruto leapt to become a hero of the world. He is very proud, always intentionally or unintentionally mentioning Naruto in front of others. Later on, a love between Naruto and Hinata has come to fruition. Ready to get married, he suddenly encountered some difficulties. He doesn't know what kind of identity to take. Go deliver a congratulatory message to Naruto. He carefully considered for a long time without any result. Later, Naruto found him. Want to go to the ramen and noodles shop with him to eat ramen noodles. I thought Naruto was indulging himself before marriage. He was so angry that he wanted to take Naruto to the rooftop for a good education. He didn't expect it. Naruto came to request him to act as his father, attending his wedding. The moment I heard Naruto say it, he swallowed hard for a few seconds and couldn't speak. He forcefully closed his eyes. Clench your fists tightly. Don't let tears flow out of your eyes. This is what Naruto has given him for many years. The greatest affirmation and the best feedback. In the end, Naruto fulfilled his dream and became the 7th generation Hokage. And he also became the principal of the ninja school. Pick Naruto out of loneliness. Step out of the darkness. He's like a fire. Ignited Naruto. And in the end, the flames illuminated the realm of tolerance. If it weren't for him, Naruto is likely to be standing on top of Tenno's head with Obi too. Therefore, everyone in the world of tolerance should give Iruka thumbs up.